Hi and welcome to my channel. This week's video will take a peek into how I budget my money. I get paid weekly and get the same amount every week. This system also worked when my paychecks fluctuate. This is just my way of doing it. Hopefully you'll find something useful, but obviously this is just a look into mine. So I start here with my monthly budget. I'm going to fill this in with all the things I need to pay. Put two little columns here. This one here is going to be the name of the expense, if the expense is monthly or yearly, and then this is going to be what it is per week as I get paid weekly. This here is mostly what I have to pay each month, or I like to save toward each month. My insurance, my holiday, clothes and Christmas are not something that's going to be taken out of my account every single month or week. I like to save for them every week, that when it does come up, it's not so hard for me. Great, let's divide all these by 4, and then that's how much I'll have to pay each week. Some of these items, like my car insurance and my food and Christmas and holidays and clothes, these could all fluctuate throughout the year. They might not actually be this amount, but I like to have a little bit saved and put away so that if I do get a bit of a fright, at least I still have that money there. I actually use the Revolut app in the easiest way for me to keep my finances sorted, for a better word, for all of this, because the Revolut app has just been very helpful. It allows you to open these vaults, and in these vaults they're like individual kind of bank accounts, but it's all under one account. So you just have one account with all these smaller vaults. All these vaults you can rename, you can set savings goals, you can have reoccurring transfers, which you can choose if they're daily, weekly or monthly. It also has this really cool feature where you can have a spare change, but you only put this on one of your vaults. So it keeps all, like, if you pay $4.50 at the shop, it'll put 50 cents into one of these vaults. It's brilliant. I love it. Great, so I'll show you how to make one of these vaults. You just open the Revolut app, go into vaults, then you go into create vault, personal vault. It then asks you to name the vault. This can be changed at a later date, so you don't really need to worry about it. It then asks what your goal is and if there is a deadline. So like with my insurance, I could say there's a 1,200 goal and it needs to be done by this time next year. Then it asks about the spare change. As I said before, the spare change can only be used on one vault, so I normally put it with like things I'm saving for, like, or things I want to buy. Then it asks the amount that you wish to save, and how often. Then it's done. It's sorted. You don't need to worry about moving money over every single week into separate accounts. It's all just there. That's why I really love it. I just go the day that I get paid, I move a certain amount of money over into my app, and then the app does the rest of the work. Revolut also doesn't charge you per transaction, which my regular bank does. So this is a way that I kind of save on banking expenses because they add up so quickly. And in the time we're in now, it's just tapping your phone and using your card is just the norm. So it all adds up and it gets very expensive. with this way of budgeting and using Revolut, it helps me get small wins throughout the year. So every time it deposits a certain amount in, if you have a goal of how much you want to save, it will tell you the percentage of how close you are to achieving your goal. So it's like little small wins, which I really need to help me keep my saving goals and making sure I'm staying on track. I have tried so many different savings ideas or different budget ideas, and nothing worked for me. I just found the cash envelope system I found was very scary. Walking around with that much cash and knowing that everything you had was in your handbag was not okay. I stopped that. But I feel like this way is kind of like the cash envelope system, but in your bank account, so it's a little bit safer. Also, a really cool thing on the Revolut app is it shows you. So it shows you where your money is going. It goes and it says with travel, with restaurants, food, different things like that. And even if the app has pushed one of your transactions in the wrong account, you can go back and you can change it into the right account. This kind of lets you figure out where your money is going, if you're spending lots on food or you're spending lots on going out or shopping. So it's just a really quick and easy way of looking at your finances. And I feel like that's what budget kind of are, just like trying to track where you spent it, what percentage of your money is going where. So this app has really helped me. It looks at what you spent the month before and tells you if you're doing better or worse, or what's the typical amount that you would spend per week in them months, and it gives you all the data of different things that you're spending or how you're spending. This is really how I do most of my finances because I'm quite lazy, and budgeting really stresses me out. So I try to find the easiest way, the least amount of friction that will get me to the financial place that I want to be in, and this has been working for me. If you have any questions or any tips or guidance to help me learn more and more about my finances, that would be amazing. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again. Bye.